you, Professor Jones. The support shown from the government today give us all the hope that we can create services with quality at the heart. Thank you. As well as considering quality in all we do, the perspective of the patient is absolutely key. In Wales, we have adopted a productive approach involving patients all the time, and the policies are developed around their needs. The third sector and the patient voice are partners in how we do things, and no more than so, our next speaker. The Royal Osteoporosis Society have been strong advocates for fracture lesion services for a very long time. And to discuss ending regional variations for services, we are delighted to welcome their Chief Executive, Craig Jones, to the stage. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. And I'll start by just introducing the Royal Osteoporosis Society. We are the national charity for the 3.5 million people who live with the condition, and we're the patient voice for them as well. And I just want to start by, on behalf of that group of people, saying thank you. Diolch yn fawr to everybody in this room. On World Osteoporosis Day, you are the people who day after day are providing care to people who need it. And you are the people who are in the system able to tell us what needs to improve. I'd also like to thank Inda and his team. This is the most proactive gathering of officials and politicians that osteoporosis and people living with the condition have benefited from for a long time. 3.5 million people living with the condition across the British Isles. 185,000 in Wales. The minister was right. Half of women over 50 will suffer fractures due to osteoporosis, and a fifth of men. So it'll affect every other mother, every other grandmother. We see 27,000 fragility fractures, 4.5 billion to the UK-wide exchequer. And we really have to stand still with this condition, because as you know even better than I do, if we do nothing, our aging population will lead to that bill skyrocketing to almost 6 billion by just 2030. So now's the time to make a difference. And we do have those issues of deconditioning, which the Deputy Chief Medical Officer has just told us about. You know, people were at home during the pandemic, missing out on vitamin D, missing out on weight-bearing exercise. If we're not careful, the combination of an aging population plus deconditioning plus NHS backlogs will be a recipe for a serious public health crisis. That's why we talk about how if we play our cards right, we can transform people's quality of life when they get older. This is one of the most serious threats to people's quality of life in later life. The answers are out there. That's the optimistic, positive thing here. This isn't one of those conditions where we need to look 50 years ahead to find the tools to tackle it and make a change. There are good therapies available. And there is a great model, the Fracture Liaison Service, for making sure the people who need it have access to them. It was invented in this country, in the UK, in Glasgow, and it was copied and exported across the world. So it's something of a bitter irony that across the 4 nations of the UK, there is such a postcode lottery for FLS. Wales on something like 66%, behind Scotland and Northern Ireland. What we've noticed is that there's always a competition of different disease areas, and quite often this important condition has lost out. And of course, there's now a post-COVID reshaping of the kaleidoscope, and the pieces are landing in different ways than they used to. We hope now's the time, because we think actually these arguments have never been stronger. We don't think it'll happen alone. We think a strong central mandate is needed. I think this new body announced today will be a great ingredient for success. But we hope that the modest investment can be found to bring forward some of that investment into FLSs. Think of it as pump priming. It'll pay back for itself within 2 years and 3 times what you put in due course. And I think what we've seen now is a great start. But I do hope that we can keep our eye on this and keep an eye on each other and what we can do to support each other in ensuring that really good intentions today finally translate into real change. I'm the first Welsh chief executive of ROS, and as a Bridgend boy, I'm particularly proud that Wales is leading the charge on this. We haven't seen this in the other 3 nations. I think Wales has a fantastic record on health innovation, from the organ donation opt-out to the smoking ban. Things have been tried here and been shown to work here, which have then been copied everywhere else. I hope this can be another example. If we get this right, we can transform people's quality of life in later life, and we can make a game-changing difference for the Welsh NHS. Thank you.